Here with reaction, the author of the bestseller, Treason, former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich. You can't write a novel like this, Mr. Speaker, and you write really good novels. I've read them.
I keep trying, and I got to say, reality is outstripping my fiction.
Yeah.
This is so convoluted now, so many different angles, such weird behavior. I mean, one of the things I mentioned to you the other day, why would you have a Republican chairman of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees define the question in a narrow way that only involves Trump? Not bring in Bill Clinton's $500,000 from a Russian bank, not bring in Hillary Clinton's approval of sending 20% of uranium to Russia. I mean, I am for our looking at foreign influence in the American political governmental system. I think there's a grave danger that destroyed the Roman Republic of money just pouring in to corrupt the system. But I want to see it done fairly, out in the open, and I think it's very important that when people in either party are suspected, that we have a fair and a transparent and open system. Right now, this is a one-sided witch hunt filled with allegations, and as you just pointed out,
no evidence.
When somebody blurts out the truth, a few days later they're so scared they try to walk the truth back and they reject a recording of their own words. I mean, that tells you something about the level of fear on the left.
Well, was she saying get as much intelligence to people on the Hill as you possibly can, and if they found out, meaning the Trump folks, if the Trump folks find out how we knew what we knew about their Trump staff dealing with Russians, there's no ambiguity there. We're not parsing our words. We're not slicing and dicing like Ted Koppel here. We're playing it in its entirety.
But wait a second. Remember this, too. The changes in the rules by the Obama team in January weren't about hard intelligence. The changes were about gossip, rumor, slander, on facts that could not be checked out. And they said, just distribute it to all the different agencies. And, oh, by the way, if that means it leaks, what the heck? So they weren't just trying to get hard information up to the Hill. And we have processes for that. We have two intelligence committees that you can brief. We have the House and Senate majority and minority leaders you can brief. I mean, there are a lot of ways for the intelligence community to get information to the Congress and keep it secret. This has been a blatant effort, I think, in the case of General Flynn to smear him. I think there are other things coming down the road. And so much of this is based on people who are committing felonies, breaking the law, in order to pursue a political agenda.
That's the only law that we actually can confirm has been violated here. That's a felony, the leaking of intelligence. But when you get to the issues, if we just use Evelyn Farkas's own words and what she said, she talks, my interpretation is very clear. She talks about surveillance of the Trump campaign, and if they knew what we knew and how we knew it. And then when she talks about unmasking, about the Trump folks, that would be unmasking. And then the next thing is, well, gather as much intelligence and get it to our friends on the Hill here. It seems to me that this has gone much deeper than anybody else in the media is willing to talk about. What should happen? What should happen with the intelligence community? Shouldn't they bring her in? Should a grand jury be convened?
Yes. That's why I don't understand what the two intelligence communities are doing. I mean, I get the sense at least that Chairman Nunes is aware of the fact you have this entire wave of felonies that are occurring in the executive branch under the Obama administration. But I don't have a sense yet that Chairman Burr has the same understanding or is designing his hearing the same way. I mean, you clearly had here, first of all, the way she's describing it, this is a large, organized effort. I mean, this is not one or two random people going rogue. She talks about that we have to collectively get it up there. We have to get it to who? Presumably to Democrats on the Hill.
I can't believe she hasn't.
What's it about? It's not about Russians. It's not about hacking. It's efforts to understand the Trump team as they go through the transition plan.
All right, stay right there.
That clearly has to involve felonies.